And here we go, guys. Hey, everybody, this is 1980, your boy. I got two special guests with me, two greats with me. It's your boy Sid is in the house, faithful Dallas Cowboys fan talk, Mr. Roman. Rome is in the house as well, too, guys. I love rocking with these guys, man. We got a great show for y'all today. We're going to be talking about kind of like the final things about analysis and everything about the draft. All the other jabronis have done it, so we got to do it now after that, so it is what it is. So Sid, go ahead and start us off, bro. What you got, big dog?
Hey, man. Pleasure to do this with you guys like always. I always like chopping it up with you guys, man. You guys are definitely mentors for me. Mr. Rome, I know you just started, man, but I see your channel's doing this. So I watch a lot of your stuff, man, and I'm definitely jumping on that wagon. 1980, like I said, you're a GOAT to me, and I appreciate you coming on the show and always with me. So there's a lot to talk about, guys. Like the way I look at it, the draft. Listen, I saw people doing. I did a live show the first round. I think I got to pick number 15, and then I called it. We called it. It was like 4 hours in. I said, man, this is crazy. But overall, guys. Let's talk about the picks because I said it. I think I spoke to you guys and I said it. I said Atlanta is picking Pitts, and everybody was arguing with me. It's telling me Atlanta's not picking Pitts. They're going to go QB. And I said, guys, they're going to go for Pitts. He's the best player available and it makes sense for them to go for him. Everybody was arguing with me saying, no. So when I saw it happen, I wasn't shocked. If you go look at my stream, I said, I knew it and I said it. What'd you guys think when Atlanta picked? Did your hearts get crumbled like the whole other Dallas nation? 1980, you're saying no. Mr. Rome?
Nah, because I already knew, like I had already settled in on a defensive player. I knew you can't have it. I always thought you can't have it both ways. You can't pump a player up to say it might be the best thing since sliced bread, and then be like, nah, don't take him though. Just wait for us to take him. Like you can't, So when the train starts rolling, I'm seeing people talk about Pitts on all the national media platforms. Like we ain't the only ones watching this stuff. You know what I'm saying? The GM for Atlanta or the team after that, somebody was gonna fall in love with Pitts too. So I was like, there's no way unless we want to give up half of our draft capital for like 4 years. You know what I'm saying? So I was just like, it's not going to happen,
No, I totally agree. 1980, what do you think?
That's true. I agree 100% with both of you guys. I was kind of happy that he left. I mean, that he got picked up.
Kill that, right?
I was not going to go on a narrative of, hey, Cowboys blog in the house, guys. Appreciate the super chat, dog. I was not going to go on a narrative of, oh, well, if he's available, go ahead and pick him. No, I think we all know what we really needed this year, and this was a need draft. And the Dallas Cowboys finally, right now, it looks like the par that we drafted need, not want. And all those exotic guys, Pitts, Horn, we wanted Horn, we wanted Surtain, we wanted those guys, but that's why I always say, never put too much stock. You cannot put too much stock into the draft, and you cannot fall in love with players because the Dallas Cowboys have another thing in mind. We're not the scouts. We're not, Will McClay. They're going to do what's best, hopefully what's best for the team, and that's what they did. And it seemed like they really did it this season. So that's just my view on that. I'm ready to move on. I was kind of glad Pitts was gone because I didn't want it to deter what we really needed, deter the thought process of the task for this season, which was defense that wins championships.
I got to commend you on that too, 1980, because you said it right. Remember when we got on last time, guys? He was saying, "Hey man, I don't do the mock draft stuff. I don't do all of that because all you're doing is setting yourself up for failure." So I didn't do like a big board or nothing like that because I don't even feel like I'm qualified. But I did have players that I was really looking at because you do that mock draft on your phone a couple of times, you start being like, hey, if that guy there.
Yeah.
And then I'm not going to say I wasn't I made a video before the day of the draft and was like, well, if we don't get one of the corners, we good anyway. And we still did end up being good anyway. Now, I didn't look at Parsons. I was just thinking rebuild the line, add Slater. And that scenario presented itself. But I didn't lose sleep because we went with an incredible defensive player. So I wasn't as heartbroken. But I feel bad because a lot of people that, I've worked with, other people that I follow on all the platforms, they was pissed because, once you lock into a player, it will piss you off. And I kept thinking about 1980, he was telling me don't get too hyped. And you called it. So next year I'm still gonna look into players. I'm not gonna lie. But as far as I'm gonna try my best to not get attached to nobody that ain't plausible. If it's plausible, I'll think about it. But I'm not gonna, because I already know I'm gonna set myself up for heartbreak. So you was right. I just gotta give you that because
I'm not knocking any of the
me neither.
The YouTubers out there that work hard and do the mock drafts, more power to you.
I feel bad though.
That's just not never been my thing. I did it when I first started way long back in the day, but it didn't get me anywhere. But a lot of time wasted. And when we picked, we'll get into Parsons or whatever, but that's just my whole thing. That's just my whole thing.
I just agree with you. I'm not knocking nobody. Let me be clear. Yeah. I just felt bad because I could see how aggravating that could be. You put hours in, and then the Cowboys going a different direction. You want to punch a hole in the wall, because you wish you was in the war room so you can argue with them. Why are you taking them? Because I was watching too. The third round had me I don't know what's going on. Obviously, I'm not a scout, so I wouldn't know what's going on, and I learned my lesson. So that's all. I learned my lesson.
Yeah, I'm with guys. So Pitts went, Horn went, Surtain went, and I said Parsons because we talked about it, Mr. Roman. I said I wouldn't be angry getting Parsons.
I was against it. I was like, nah. Let's go.
I know. I remember a lot of people were against it because of his age, his problems in the locker room, as we say, that he has, and then a lot of people were hating on it. A lot of people were. Parsons is going to be problematic. He's not going to be able to handle the hype coming into Dallas. Go ahead.
My biggest thing was, it wasn't even the hate on that. I just kept thinking, well, we can get that linebacker later. That was all. It wasn't that we ain't need a linebacker. I just was thinking, well, hopefully we can go secondary earlier and we can get a linebacker next. It ended up going reverse. So I'm content. I forgot what. So I follow so many Cowboys people because I'm a fan of people like you guys. Somebody said, look, man, if you just reorder the draft how you want in your mind, you'll be fine. That's what I'm rolling with. I was just putting players in certain places I would have been comfortable with him there and him there. And I'm content. I'm not going, I got enough stress. I ain't got time for that.
So I think we're gonna jump into the whole draft picks and everything like that. But overall, were you guys happy that we got Parsons? Because I've been watching after we got him. I watched tape on him before, but I even watched more tape on him afterwards. And I like what I'm seeing. He's young, he's hungry, he's quick to the ball. What is he? 6'3", 246 pounds. Forced fumbles, he's really good at. I think he's diverse, and I think he's gonna bring what we needed in that position.
I agree with you. I hate to. I know it's a comparison is one of those things you hate to do, but when it happened, I was like, hopefully he got the skill set. He can be Devin White because he got the skill set. It's all about how much he wants. If he's open to learning, because he got that star in his head now. Let's see how humble he stays. Because when you're not humble, you don't want to learn. But if he's open to learning, the sky's the limit because he got all the physical tools. So I'm praying that he want to learn coverages and stuff like that because apparently, I got into it like you did after we picked him. I said, let me delve a little bit deeper. He's only been playing linebacker for 2 years.
Yeah, no, but in 2 years, he had 191 tackles. 191 tackles in 2 years. Okay, forced fumbles, four in 2019, 2 in 2018. He has 5 sacks in 2019, 1.5 sacks in 2018. So he's getting better. Do you understand?
Like the biggest thing I saw, PFF. I know PFF is good or bad depending on how you look at it. They said he was the number one linebacker versus the run in the nation when he played. That's all I need to hear because y'all know how I run. So if he could just do that really well, I'll be content. Obviously, he's gonna do more, but that after delving into it, that we picked him, I was like, you can't. If you hating on the pick, it's more so because you was latched onto another player. I don't think you can logically say he going. Like, I don't think nobody logically gonna say he's not a good player. It's just more so, damn, I wanted somebody else. I think that's more so the gripe people have with Parsons. I don't think he's a bad player. If you're saying that, I feel like you're just lying to yourself.
Yeah, and just to answer moving the chains questions, 18 yards for loss. 18. That's it in those 2 years. So to me, that says a lot.
Moving the chains.
1980. Sorry, man. I'm rambling. Please chime in. Did you go watch tape on him as well?
Oh, of course, because none of us, and I say none of us, saw that coming.
Nope.
None of us. I'm going to say everybody. I dare somebody to get on here and say, "Oh, I knew we were going to pick." No, you didn't. You didn't, because
I knew it was going to be Slater. I was like, "Oh,
yeah."
None of us saw it coming. When we drafted Michael Parsons, I was like, okay. So I, just like you guys, I had to go back and do my homework, my investigative work. And what I saw was a press linebacker. And what that means, he's a sideline guy. And he's also, not only that he's East and West, he's also North and South. He's that new hybrid linebacker that it's being born in the NFL now. You know how they talk about the hybrid tight ends where they're like receivers, they can line up in the slot and on the outside, the pits, coming in the, now we have a hybrid linebacker. This guy can East and West, North and South. Yep. He's a great open field tackler, which we've been lacking. Y'all know we've been missing tackles left and right.
It's depressing.
I mean, tackles, and we would have guys in the backfield, alligator arms, So, and I know these are college highlights that I'm referring to, but that's all we have. That's his resume. These guys' resume are highlights and their stats. That's all we have right now to go off of. So, but what I saw in his college career, 2-year college career, was a heat-seeking linebacker, somebody that finds the ball really fast,
really quick. Yeah,
he's damn near a run stopper, like he's on the line. He can read plays and sniff them out. I saw him sniff out 2 play action passes. Yeah, and he was right there, damn near in the huddle. He was damn near in the huddle with the guys. So, those are the type of guys that we need. If he can bring that same energy. The highlights of these college players, you got to remember, everybody has to remember this. It looks good because they are the best thing out there on the field.
On that field, that's right.
On that field.
Yep.
It's like playing sandlot football. You can't have all the good guys on the same team because they'll win. Like my brother and I, we couldn't be on the same team. Because if my older brother and I, we outside playing football, if we were on the same team, it's a wrap. So we had to be on opposite teams because we were that good. You know what I mean? So he's like that type of guy. That guy, you put him on that team and then we'll put the other good guy on the other team. So when he gets to the NFL, it's not going to look as smooth and as fluid of what you saw in them college highlights. So we got to get that in our heads first. I know it looks good. It sounds good. You get the views and all that stuff, and you're doing the film sessions and then yada, yada, yada. But once this guy, if he can do that same thing, if he can transition that same energy on the NFL level, oh man, like Mr. Rome said, the sky is the limit for this.
Can I say one thing about
before you say what you gotta say, guys? There's a lot of people in the chat. I want to send shout outs. We got Jay Tuck in the building. Big shout out. BJ Nix is in the building. Moving the chains. Guys, Craig English. Guys, we appreciate you guys all in the chat. Please, we pay attention to the chat. We will answer your questions as we go through it. But just to go back, guys, subscribe to their channels. Dallas Cowboys Fan 1980. You guys know who he is. Definitely go check him out. Yeah, Cowboy Fan Talk. Go check his channel out. Guys, new guy rising quickly in the game. And definitely go check me out. Dallas Cowboys, the #4 life. Sub up to all our channels. Support it because we do this for you guys to entertain. And we're going to continue coming back. And I'm going to have these guys back. And Jay Tuck and BJ Nix. We're going to do some crazy things, all of us together. So stay tuned, man. Mr. Rome, go ahead. Say what you're about to say. I appreciate that. You waiting, man.
I saw the clip that the Cowboys are putting out about Parsons. And I know he got his checker pass. I know everybody, you're going to get the spotlight on you now. You in Dallas. But I pay attention.
That's what people are worried about. That's what people are worried about.
But I'm watching him. Look, I can't change the pass unless you're a wizard. So it is what it is. I'm watching him from now on because he's here now, So I'm watching his actions. I'm watching even him they showed the video of him in the dressing room. You know what I'm saying? And watching him, he seemed, I ain't saying he's humble because you got to have an aggression when you're playing football. But he did just seem, he's like, hey, man, if Dallas, he knew he was getting filmed. He's like, if Dallas picked me, I'm going to cry, man. I spoke this into existence. He's like, words got power. And I'm liking it. I'm trying to see, like, I think I like his personality. I like that when he first showed up to the Star, he got his son with him.
Yeah.
He ain't have to bring, everybody don't bring their kid with him. Like, I could tell that his son is real important to him. And his son is young. A lot of those allegations that he's, and this, I guess it's the father in me, so I'll make this quick. That a lot of the allegations that are against him would have to have probably been before his son was born. His son is pretty young. So, or like right when his son was on the way. My point is, kids got a way of grounding you, centering you, focusing you.
Yep.
And if he has his son right with him on that stage, that means that he's a big part of his life. Yep. It's not just like, I got a son, I got this money, he'd be all right, somebody else take care of him. He wanted his son to be a part of that. He rode the bus with him. He walked him in. And I wasn't a fan of Jerry holding him. That's a whole nother video for a whole nother day. But, you know what I'm saying? I'm hoping that he brings a humble hunger and that I heard him like on his call with McCarthy and Jerry, I'm ready to get to work. And sometimes those are just words. They might just be words. But I paid attention. That was the main thing I watched about all of the recruits. Those videos they put out, I know it seemed corny, the secret audio. I'm trying to hear and see how they react to becoming a Cowboy. And then I got to watch you from then on. Are you going to stay hungry? Or was that the pinnacle? And now you're like, well, I didn't made it. So it's real important to me. So I'm watching Parsons. I'm like, all right, you was picked by the Cowboys. You wanted it. You spoke it into existence. Now that it's here, are you going to just rest on your laurels like, I'm Parsons? Or am I going to see you when these camps open, I get to see you actually moving around? Am I going to see that hunger that it sounded like he had? So that was the little thing I wanted, that takeaway I had from it.
Yeah, man, I totally agree, man. And I want to just jump on something that 1980 said. Guys, a lot of these players, when they do that transition from college to NFL, you're entering the best players. You understand? Like in college ball, you're going up against good players. But a lot of these players aren't making that transition to the NFL. Now you're going to the NFL, you're playing against the best. You know what I'm saying? So you're going to a whole new level. So a lot of these guys that get drafted, they don't make the cut into the NFL.
That's true.
So listen, I'm hoping the best, Hey,
Kareem rise to the top. Kareem gonna rise to the top.
Yeah. So 1980, man, please, any other insight on Parsons or any worries that you have? Listen, everybody's worried about Parsons because the light, but the Dallas Cowboys organization have people to address these situations, to try and put these players in check.
They probably went back to Parsons preschool. The Cowboys vetted him, trust me.
Yeah.
So if it was something out there, they'd have found it.
I think I'm glad you brought that up because I think there's a new era. There's an attitude era. Remember the WWF, the World Wrestling Federation era with Hulk Hogan and Macho Man and, Ricky the Dragon Steamboat and Jake the Snake Roberts and guys like that. And then when
Roddy Piper
and The Rock came and Shawn Michaels and Undertaker, then it was the attitude. I think this is an attitude era. I think the Dallas Cowboys, they're weaving out all this hot boy bull crap, all this guys that they play good enough to get paid, and then when they get their money, they stop playing. I think they're kind of weaving all of that. We about to really find out because now this whole draft, guys, was nothing but defense. Couple of offensive players here and there, but nothing but defense. So now, when you're at your job and they start hiring people for your position, you're like, oh.
You're right.
Yeah, and they want you to train them, but guess what? After you train them all up, hey man,
I'm gonna holler at you.
So you got to go. See that's what's existing now in Cowboys is about to come out in Frisco now. Now it's time to start getting these guys with all these bad habits. All these bad habits, man. Got to get rid of. That's what Quinn is doing. Quinn is like, okay, I'm going to take over this draft. That draft had Quinn's name all over it.
Look, if I was Mike McCarthy, I might be like, I'll be watching Quinn because Quinn came, he real assertive.
See, Quinn he was a head coach, so he know how to play the game.
So I know, look, he making all the right moves. Mike McCarthy better be on it this year.
Yeah. So Woods out the door. I made the video about Woods. You know what? I didn't feel sorry for him one bit because Woods at times. I'm tired of the.
You know what I think happened?
When I say a player's name, I shouldn't have to go. Well, I'm tired of that. Everybody's tired of that shit.
You know what he good at though? He's good at talking on Twitter though. That's all he do.
I'm just done with it. So I mean, we can move on past. I like the Michael Pitt, man. But yeah, we can move on. I'm ready to talk.
I think what happened was Quinn went and watched some Woods tape, and he went and watched some of these rookies that he just picked up.
Yeah, and
he said he's got to go.
Yeah. Well, see, Jimmy Johnson back in the day, Jimmy Johnson said, "Hell, my Miami Hurricanes team I had was better than the roster that existed with the Dallas Cowboys at that time."
It was. So it really was.
Hey man, I'm telling you, got it. Y'all, they better get it together because it ain't gonna last forever.
I like though. You know what I like though? Real quick, I'll let you go. I just like the precedence it sets.
Yeah. Like
today was the first time I saw in a long time that we finally did something management wise. I know it shouldn't. But it's the first time in a long time because he just signed his deal. That's why he signed like 2 weeks ago, and they cut him. So it's like, look, I want him to cut like one more good, like not nobody good, but like a person that has some stature, and send a message like, "Hey man, you either gonna hold it down."
There you go.
Either gonna hold it down, or you gonna be gone. We ain't got nothing to talk about.
Yep.
So I know they're not gonna shop. They're not gonna cut Jalen, but if they cut Jalen, that'll be the nail in the coffin. It'll be the new, hey. But you know what they're going to cut, though? They're going to probably cut one of the receivers and let that dude we got from Stanford get a roster spot. Watch.
The Samoan guy? Woo, I like him.
I like him, too. I'm telling you.
Oh, boy.
Cedric Wilson or Noah Brown better be on their P's and Q's, and I like them, too. But that's the name of the game, as Antoine Woods.
Listen, I think the Dallas Cowboys are sending a message. Like just the fact that they're not picking LVE for that 5th-year option. I think LVE won't be with us next year. In my opinion.
I feel like LVE got a better shot than Jalen. I've been putting together some clips. It ain't long, it's like a minute and a half. Man, I don't know if I was just starstruck or I don't know what's going on, but when I watched Jalen, now LVE made some bad angle takes. When I watched Jalen, man, I think the drop foot is just over.
Yeah.
I watch him. If you watch it and you watch when he make his break, east or west.
Yeah.
I hate to look. He didn't made his money, so ain't no reason for us to feel sorry for him. He didn't got a deal. He didn't made millions. It ain't like he ain't made the team. But at this point, man, if you really watch him out of his breaks, it ain't even personal. It's just like I don't know if he's gonna be like when he get on the field next to these new young linebackers, it's gonna look like he's running in mud, and they're gonna be like, he might not make it out of the preseason if he can't look. If you put him next to Cox, who's already super fast, Michael Parsons is world speed, right?
Yeah.
And Wolf Hunter is already faster than Jalen in general. So now you're the fourth fastest linebacker, but you're getting paid the first. It ain't going. You can't be the fourth fastest.
It's not going to jive right.
So that's what I'm saying. Like he going to have to.
The only reason why I'm saying LVE is going to get cut, I don't think LVE is going to stay healthy this year. I really don't.
That's a problem too. We're gonna look up at the end of the year, and it's gonna be Parsons, Cox, and Neal.
There you go.
I hate to say it, but anyway,
what do you think?
We can go down that rabbit hole.
Yeah,
about LVE,
Jalen. You know, like
I almost don't care. I mean, I'm just, I'm just at that point, man. I'm like, enough is enough. I get it. People get hurt, people get injured. It happens. It's the NFL. It happens. But it's you got to move on. Just like old boy from the program. Remember the movie The Program? He talked all that mess. He was a linebacker, but he got hurt. They had to move on. You gotta move on. If they're here, they got to be productive. If not, hey man, next man up. It's a business. It's time to win. We're tired.
That's it.
There's no more. I'm tired of going to Hallmark and buying sympathy cards. I'm done. It's wrap. There's nothing more to talk about. Like you guys just said, there's nothing more to talk about, man. The writing's on the wall. You're getting rid of guys. If you can't stay healthy, God bless you. I'm sorry, but it is what it is, man. You got to perform and you got to go. It's time. No more Hallmark cards, no more balloons, no more flowers, no more candy in the mail, cookies, gift treats, all that shit. It's just time. I'm sorry. It's just time to move on.
Yeah, I'm totally with you. Jalen Smith, I wasn't happy with him last year. I was complaining about him a lot last year, and then LV, like we said, injury prone. I think if one of those guys sneeze wrong,
it's over.
You know, there's the door. So yeah, I totally agree. So we're gonna move away from that for a second. I want to talk about Dak. You guys saw the clip that Dak came out, and you know it's all over social media right now. And I'm gonna touch a little bit on the QB position. Dak basically, I'm ready to play now.
Yeah.
Right. He's ready to go. Do you guys think that he's 100% ready, or do you think it's just that's just a lot of heart and he's just wanting to let people know that, hey, I'm ready to start playing right now. I'm focused and let's get this.
Go
ahead.
You want to go ahead?
Go ahead, 1980.
Well, I'm 40 years old. I still think I can run a 4.26. My fastest time was a 4.26 in the 40 in college. I still think I can run that. I know I can't, but I still think I can. I'm not saying Dak isn't 100%. I know for a fact that he's ready to play. You get tired of sitting on your ass and you get tired of doing little drills and stuff like that. Being an athlete myself, I'm pretty sure you guys were athletes as well. You want to play. I don't want to rush it. I don't want to say, oh, okay, I agree with you, Dak. I made a video early, and you know, Dak don't have to say that. We all know what type of Dak. We already know what type of player and what type of man physically and mentally Dak is. He's a go-getter. He's a hard worker. He's on and off the field, positive guy, leader, on and off the field. He's the guy. He's our quarterback. He's our guy, highest paid. I think we all think that he can lead us to the promised land one day, one of these years. But he's ready to. He's motivated. He's ready to play. I'm not going to get on here and say, yeah, he is. I don't know. I would like to. Oh, yeah. I want Dak to be 100%. Mm-hmm. I want that ankle to be, a lot of times when you're young, he's 26, 27 years old. His body still heals up pretty good, still pretty quick. I know if I broke my damn ankle, it's a wrap. I'm done. But like he did, oh yeah, I'm done. That motherfucker will never be the same. I rolled my ankle last year and it still ain't the same. So, but yeah, man, I more power to him. I'm glad that he's feeling the way he is feeling. I don't want to jinx anything. I don't want to. He still needs to not get hit. He's still throwing and working and stuff like that. As long as he's working and doing what he's supposed to do every day, what the doctors tell him to do, that's all that matters.
Yeah, man, I agree. Mr. Rome?
I made a video about it earlier too. I think the thing I was focusing on was what he said. It obviously he's not gonna come out there and say, yeah, my ankle a little tender. I don't know. Like he not like it's a little, I don't know if I can do this. Like what that's gonna look like. So obviously he was gonna say that. I think it was the second part. Not I can go and play right now. I think it's like, and I'll be successful. I think he trying to say, hey y'all, like I'm not just coming back to play with y'all.
Yeah.
I'm coming back to do some damage. Yeah. I like to and I'm gonna be successful. Like it ain't about me just I can play now. Like it ain't about that. It's about what's going on. It's about when I come back and I'm gonna be successful. He want Cowboys Nation to know. He want everybody to know. Hey man, I know when I left, like the team was topsy-turvy. Year before, we lost to Philly, and things ain't like his last say about 8 games ain't been his best foot forward. And if he's the man like we all think he is, you know what I'm saying, it's got to be eating him up. So he wanted to just let that be known, hey man, and I'm gonna be successful. Because he when I come back, I'm not coming back to just be like, look, y'all, I can complete an out. I can throw a deep route. Okay. We all want W's. So he want us to know, look, man. So my point is like what you said, his ankle he probably could play if this was a playoff game. He'd be out there.
Yeah,
He's going to take these next 4.5 months, put in the right work, and he'll be there for the first. I'm not worried about that. Because, if today was a playoff game, he put that ankle to the test. But it's not. He get to rehab for another 4.5 months and do it properly, which makes me happy. Because, say the time schedule, say this was August. Like when he broke it, this was the time frame and this was August. We might be a little bit more nervous. Yeah. But the fact that he is full-fledged, I'm sure Dak can put in work every day. Yeah, we put a football field behind his house. So he getting it in. That's why people can't always see it because you can't just be behind this man's house. So I think that Dak is going to be fine. It's all mental at this point. Physical rehab, man, they probably threw some metal in that ankle. It's probably more strong than the other ankle. You know what I'm saying? With modern medicine, because it was a clean break and he ain't mess up no nerves.
Yeah.
If I had to worry about nerves firing, like Jalen, I'd be more nervous. It was a bone. Bones break and heal.
Yeah.
You messed the nerve up.
Yeah, but his foot was still.
Yeah, but trust me, if it was nerve damage, they couldn't have kept that under wraps. We would have known.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So there was no nerve damage. That's what I was worried about. Because if the break was one thing, but if it was nerve damage and he couldn't move correctly, I would have been like, because all that stuff affects his throwing. The fact that he just had to make sure this bone is reinforced and strong, and I'm sure they done 30,000 X-rays, and they ain't gonna push it too hard. So I think he's gonna be fine. It's all about what is that? What you said, 1980? It's that first hit. It's that first hit.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. And after the first hit, he gonna look. Oh, I'm all right. And then he gonna have to be like, oh, my ankle. All right. Yeah, it's just. I'm sure it's part of it. So we'll see. I got some confidence that do. If I didn't, we wouldn't even be talking right now. If I didn't think that could get it done, I would have no faith in the team. That's the engine.
Yep.
Yeah. No, I totally agree. Listen, $160 million investment. I hope he's ready. That's how I'm looking at it. Listen, I think Dak is going to come back on the field. He's going to do what he has to. Listen, last year, I don't care what anybody says, he was throwing up some serious numbers. serious numbers. And I think if he would have won a full season, he would have broke some crazy records. I just hope ease your way back into it. Don't think you're Superman going out there, and I don't want to see him running with the ball on first down. We don't need that. I don't want him taking that chance anymore. Do you understand? But it's in him.
I think some of the runs, if it ain't the right time, I don't think he's taking off on week 2. He's saving that for the latter of the season.
He better learn to slide.
Learn to slide. You know what I mean? Yeah, go for it. I get it. 4th down, you want to get that first down, but please slide, man. I don't want to see him stiff arming. I don't want to. Yeah, and I think he did. And I really think he did. So I'm glad that you guys are on the same page as I am when it comes to Dak. But let's talk about the QB position because we need a backup, right? We didn't go get it. We didn't draft a QB, and everybody was like, "We're going to draft a QB." We didn't, right? I thought we were going to go. I thought we were going to go double G. I honestly liked what I saw from him last year, but the Dallas Cowboys announced that DiNucci's coming back, right? To practice, and maybe he's going to be Dak's backup. What do you guys think about that?
I'll tell you. I'll give you the quick synopsis.
Cool. I'm ready.
It shouldn't matter. Because if Dak get hurt again, it's over. That's it. So
we can't say that. Oh,
we're not bringing in another. We're not going to bring in.
That word.
I'm just saying. We're not going to be. We're not bringing in. What's the dude for the Eagles? We're not going to have Nick Foles on the sideline.
Nick Foles. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like we'll probably get it. The second free agency is going to happen soon, where a bunch of people get cut. A veteran will come available. We'll snatch somebody up.
That's what I'm thinking.
Like something will happen. We'll get a veteran, but I have no plans on using anyone. I need somebody to hold a clipboard down, and that's it. I would have loved Alex Smith because he could have actually been a mind in the room.
Right.
So I wouldn't mind bringing a veteran in that can help with the quarterback room, strategy-wise, like somebody that really been around the block. But I don't really care about nobody coming in that I'm worried about playing because I'm really worried about them playing. I got big problems. So I don't want nobody that can play. I mean, that I'm trying to be like, well, what if we need them? I don't want to need them because then we're going to have big issues. I want somebody that can come in like Alex Smith. I'm just saying like a guy like that can provide knowledge in the quarterback room. Though I've seen it like this before, another set of eyes, things like that. That would be great. But that'll happen because every year around this time, a veteran that's on the team right now, somebody going to get chopped. And we'll be able to grab somebody up.
Okay. Me personally, I'm glad Dalton is gone. I was really happy with that. The last game killed me. I would rather double G over DiNucci, but that's my opinion. 1980. Please chime in, man.
I don't think about that.
Okay.
I don't.
You're on that page too.
There's no need. That's just like me going to work every day and thinking if I'm gonna get in a car wreck or not. No, I'm not thinking about that. I'm thinking about getting to work. I'm thinking about Dak Prescott being healthy, 100%, playing all 16, 17, 18, however many games it is, and plus the playoffs, and hopefully more. That's all I'm thinking about. I don't care about backups right now. We can go and move on to the next thing. I don't want to jinx that. So,
Yeah, I'm with you.
let's just move on to the next thing.
I was just asking because I was like, wait a minute. We didn't draft no QB and DiNucci. I'm like, okay. But okay.
The Cowboys got something. They to orchestrate the draft like we just did. They got something. They'll figure something out when it comes down to the backup quarterback position. That's all I'm gonna say. Because
I feel like they look like they got a plan.
Yeah.
For the first time in a while, they look like they got a plan for something. Like they don't look like they all over the place. Like this not only was a draft all defensive, they had a real plan on who they wanted. Because they high-fiving and I'm lost. They're like, oh, we got Osa. I'm like, all right, okay, I see your hypeness. I'm gonna get hyped with you. Because I was lost. They're like, we got Deshaun Wright. I'm like,
hey, that's how I felt. That's how I felt back in the day when we traded away Herschel Walker, and he was our best guy. Yeah. We were like,
and look
what
what
the
that
hell
turned
are you
into.
doing? We got Jimmy Johnson coming in here, college coach. Really don't know what we at the time. This is how we were talking. This is how my dad.
I remember my dad. I wasn't really into football back then, but I remember my dad losing his mind.
Yeah, we were sick. We were like, Herschel Walker is our best guy, and we trade him off. We got all them draft picks. Here come Emmett. Here come boom. Here come Nate Newton. Here come all these guys just coming. Boom, boom, back to back, and it worked. So hopefully, it'll be something like that.
Hey, look, when I remember when we picked, and this is like I said before, I think I've grown into my football knowledge. When we picked, and I didn't want Johnny Manziel. I'm just saying, when we took Zach Martin, I was still in that age in my mind where I'm like, a guard? Like, I ain't get it yet. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I get it now.
Yeah.
I get it now. But that's how I felt, like a guard. Now I'm like, oh my God, take another guard. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, so
yeah.
I know these picks, obviously, they leave some things to be desired. But if you do some digging, from what I've seen, all these dudes, like you said, it's an attitude thing. They all got a little bit of an attitude. Not all of them, but
I want them to come with that chip on their shoulder this year. Do you understand what I'm saying?
They all look a little angry, like that. The ghosting. Yeah. Some of these dudes look like, all right, it ain't the big name. So.
You know what? I would say there's a diamond in the rough, right? We got Dak in the 4th round. Do you understand what I'm saying? Like, it's not always that first round guy that,
we got Gallup in the 3rd round, and nobody was hyped about Gallup when we first. No one knew. When he came from Colorado, nobody knew. They was like, oh, he looked decent. No one knew that he was going to turn into that. Yep. You know what I'm saying? And nobody's seen Dak coming. I don't want to hear it.
Nobody. I saw him in preseason. That's the only time I saw him. And I said, well, who's Dak who?
A couple of y'all wanted Paxton Lynch. I don't know who. Somebody. Who was it? It was Paxton Lynch. It was Connor Cook. I remember that draft. Everybody wanted every other quarterback. We got Dak. People was like, but that first Rams game, that preseason game.
Yeah.
That's what set it off like.
Yeah. I remember that game. And then the second game, I was like, okay, wait a minute. This guy's going to make a difference. And lo and behold,
look, bench. All these dudes just seem like, I'm not going to use the right kind of guy thing because we've been dealing with that with the Garrett era. But I'll say my kind of guy. I like a little attitude with my players. That's why I like Joseph so much. I like Boss Man Fat. I know everybody, he got these bars and everybody worry about the rap songs. I don't care about all that. Can you cover these receivers?
I went to watch a bit of tape. I went to watch a bit of tape on him.
He rap on the side. I make YouTube on the side. He would do something on the side. It is what it is. I don't care what he do on the side. Can he?
But believe it or not, they said that Calvin Joseph was our best pick. That's what
he's gonna be. Listen, he ran and they said it was unofficial. He ran a 4.2 at his Kentucky Pro Day. A 4.28. It's on, like you can look it up. And then his lowest time was a 4.34. So he legit is 4.3 speed. This isn't like a 4.39 where he's just scraping by. He's explosive. The only thing that I worry about is that him and Diggs the same person. They be cluing on the quarterback. So we do need a free safety for backup. Because I don't need them cluing. And then we got a bad safety back there, and it's just off to the races. So that's the only thing that worries me. But we are going to see more turnovers because both of our corners right now, they hungry. They got hands. Like, they both got real good hands. It ain't like back in the day what we've been dealing with where it's just mirror your man, and if the ball hits you in the back of the helmet, you did a good job. No. Oh, look at nice. I'll let 1980 go. You know what I'm talking about.
Oh, my God.
Go ahead, 1980. Go ahead, man. Please chime in.
You know what I'm talking about.
Oh, my God. For the life of me, when that ball, it's 3rd and 9 or 3rd and 7. I know every last one of you guys even in the comment section, are biting the hell out of your nails on third down. And when that ball is in the air, you're like, oh shit. God damn. I was taught to look back at the football before I started playing football. Like in an organization, like Pop Warner, junior high, whatever you want to call it, high school. I was taught to look back at the ball at that age before I even started playing, putting pads on and stuff. That's something that kind of goes with you. It's almost like getting a shot, getting your booster shots coming up. You got to get them shots, man, so you be all right. It's just something you got to do. And when I used to, watching Cheeto, God bless him. When I used to watch him, and that ball is in the air, and he ain't even looking, he just flinging his arms around.
Oh,
just
man, yeah.
Like a damn fool.
Turn around.
And I know.
Byron too.
My wife don't even know as much as about football as I do. But she said, why didn't he look back?
At all. Not once.
At all. Yeah.
My 6-year-old was like, Daddy, why didn't he look back?
Even when
the wide receiver, my coach
eyes
said,
get big.
When my coach said, when you see that wide receiver's eyes doing this and he's waiting,
it's time.
That means the ball is coming. Now,
or put your hand, if you're not going to turn around, put your hand, just.
What they learn, no, you have to turn around.
Yeah.
What they learn from college, like these guys, what I'm seeing in Kelvin Joseph. We're talking about Kelvin Joseph right now.
Yeah.
I like that.
I like him. I really do. I've learned to like him. I can say that now because we got him. I didn't want to say that before. You know what I'm saying? I didn't want to fall in love with the horns and the pit. I mean, the pits and the what's his name? The other cornerback from Alabama. Yes,
I
didn't want to fall in love with them because there was a big possibility we weren't going to get him, and we didn't. But when I watch Kelvin Joseph, I see a ball hawk. I see a guy that can shut down his side of the field. I see a guy that has soft hands. He can also intercept the ball as well.
Yeah. And
he can keep up with the receiver, mirror the guy. He's a good zone coverage guy. He's a pretty good open field tackler. Like Mr. Rome said, he's a dog. He has that attitude about him. Now, I do not want him to be coached out of that and to lose that. See, players tend to lose that because what do they do in the drill? What do they do in the drill? When they following the ball, they're playing the ball. So you have to continue to do that in order to be successful.
Yeah.
When you look back, it not only gives you the best chance, the best opportunity to make a play on the ball.
Yeah. It
also stops the defensive pass interference call. Because any type of if I walk towards you, Mr. Rome, and I'm walking towards you, and I'm looking you dead in the face, and I run into you, it's intentional, right?
Yeah, because I saw you.
You saw me, and I see you, right?
Yep.
But if I walk towards you, and boom, oh shit, my bad. It's not intentional. You gotta know the science behind cornerback. You got to know how to play the refs too. See, if you don't know how to do that, you don't need to be over there to the left or the right. You got to know how to play the refs too.
Slide corner.
Yeah. There you go. You have to be able to do that. If you can't do that, if them coaches can't teach them how to do that, there's no need for them to even be out there. Any type of contact when you're looking back is not intentional, and they're not going to throw the flag. That's 101 right there, man. That's old school football.
Yep.
Back in the day, you used to wrap them up and put your hand out and back the ball down. You can't do that no more. You see, the game is 65 now. Just in case you didn't hit the ball, you at least can make the tackle on the way down.
Jalen Ramsey did the gallop the first game last year.
you see what I'm saying? See, these cats, they can get on here and they can show all the film sessions they want, dog. But I've been there. I know. All you got to do is watch me. That didn't take a film session. That didn't take 20, 30 minutes to break. All you got to do is know how to play the game. And you don't need no film session help. You see what I'm saying? Yep. So you got to know how to play the refs too. You got to play the refs. That's why Dion and Rod Woodson and those guys were so great, because they knew how to play the refs first. And then they came up with their own style on how to cover. And I can see Kevin Joseph being a guy like that. If he continues to play at cornerback, if you continue to play the refs, you
good to go.
You can't lose.
I think I'm a false it.
No, go ahead, man.
Nah, I agree with you. I just think we in a society where you hear everything. You can't even duck it if you ain't want to. Your friend is sending it to you. And I know if he got any pride, to get drafted by the Cowboys is great. And then to check your phone and all you keep seeing is, all he worrying about is rapping. He don't care about playing. I'm going to see what type of person he is real soon, because I know he been hearing it. That's all he been hearing. All he worrying about is rapping. Cool. I hope he hit him with the, all right, bet. I'm going to show you. I don't need him to talk. I don't need him to just show him, because I know he got the talent. Yeah. But it's like all of our players, you hear almost every draft pick, they had something to say about it because we Dallas. So I'm hoping every last one of them getting a chip on their shoulder. You know, the only person I don't care about, y'all know the dude, we ain't got to bring him up today. And that's the tackle they took. I don't really got too many words for dude. But everybody else, though, get a good, healthy chip on your shoulder. And go.
Josh Ball?
Yeah, I ain't really got too much for him.
Uh-oh.
I got 2 daughters. I got a wife. If it ain't that the allegations ain't true, it's just he don't seem like he got no remorse in him. Maybe he can work on that right now. I ain't got nothing for him. He just seems like it is what it is. I can't do no what it is what it is. Like, you gotta act like you care a little bit. Like, yo, I know I made a mistake. He ain't hit me with none of that. He's just like, pass is a pass. So, I'm a Cowboy now. I'm like, no, I don't know if I like that. So we gonna see. I know he can play. He's a hell of a player. But the reason why we got him is because of his lack of contrition with the stuff he did. So let's just see. Because I know Jerry and them is like, look, man, that response was terrible. So we're going to put this dude with you, this publicist with you. He either going to be a fake rendition of himself or he going to genuinely be sorry. But that whatever he put on the out there, his first little phone call, ain't going to work.
So, yeah. So, listen, when we talk about the draft, I think we did something right because CBS rated us as B. We got a B for our draft. Best pick, like I said, Kevin Joseph. Worst pick, who's our worst pick?
I don't want to say.
Yeah, I don't want to jinx it.
CBS has a worst pick as I don't understand. Nahshon Wright. And that's who you were just talking about.
Nahshon Wright, worst pick?
Worst pick.
They just because he went in the 3rd. Like I said, you put the corner from South Carolina that we took in the 6th or the 7th, 6th or 7th, I forgot. And you put him where Nahshon is, you flip-flop those picks, and everybody be fine with it. It's just everybody's mad because it looked like we took him too early. Fine. I ain't here to argue that. Right. But I'm telling you, if you take him later, nobody cares.
Yep. And then they said that
South Carolina earlier, you're like, okay. That makes sense. So it is what it is. He just wasn't, what I'm saying? He wasn't ranked in, I think, the top 150 or something or whatever it is. So I watched a little tape on him. I ain't no expert on cornerbacks. He looked decent for a 6'4" dude. He can move pretty good. Also another sub 4'4" guy.
Yeah, he's 6'4".
So let's just see. I'm not here to knock him. I'm not going to jump on here and say that we got a trash player unless it's so blatant. Like, you know what I'm saying? He don't look that trash to me. I just want to see. I ain't saying he Richard Sherman. I just want to see.
Yeah, those are the comparisons he's already getting.
He's already getting, yeah.
He's 6'4", 187, ran a 4.49, 5 interceptions, 1 sack, 64 tackles. Third round pick 99 out of Oregon State. They're already talking about, comparisons to him and Richard Sherman and maybe possibly moving him to free safety at times and things like that. I don't know. Like Mr. Rome said, I don't know. I mean, I would love to see what they could do with a guy like that. The highlights that I saw is he's like a basketball player out there. He can out-jump the guys for the ball. And
he look good in zone because he's so long. It'll probably be annoying in zone.
I think he'll be a better safety because when you're 6'4", trying to guard a 5'10" speedy, slashy receiver, that's going to be kind of tough. The agility is just not there. You get what I'm saying? I mean, I get the speed. Okay, boom. But those quick cuts, them Cole Beasley type guys or whatever, get out there. It's a wrap. It's a wrap in the middle. I don't know. I mean, I may be wrong, and I don't mind. I'm probably the only Cowboy fan on here that don't mind being wrong. But I hope he's all world. But that's one of those picks. Like, we'll see. We'll see how he is in training camp. Hell, he might not even make the team. I don't know. But
I'll tell you what I like though, Jabril Cox.
Yes,
Jabril Cox. That might turn out. No, let me not downplay Micah Parsons. But value to get him where we got him, you're talking about a steal. He is he's not Micah Parsons as far as maybe like physicality. You know what I'm saying? I don't think he's gonna like blow somebody like that. But he's a short tackler and he's amazing in coverage. Like that's his skill set. And in the NFL to have a linebacker that's their skill set, we got lucky. For him to be sitting there, I was like, is somebody stupid? So to get we really literally could have probably retooled our whole linebacking core to where we might have got the linebackers that we thought we had 2 years ago.
Yeah.
And I'm glad you brought up Jabril because when I saw of him, 6'3", 6'4", 232, 4'5", 40, 34-inch vertical, I saw another coverage linebacker. Yeah, he can fall back. He can fall back in coverage. And I saw him get some interceptions as well.
He does it well too.
Yeah, he's one of those guys, man. And he's just 232. He's not very bulky.
No, he's not bulky. But
so
he's gonna be quick.
That means he can keep up with tight ends. And
But you know what not bulky too? Darius Leonard.
Yeah, right.
And for the Colts, he like 230, 235. And he plays it that weight. And it don't hold him back none.
I was looking up his strengths. Jabril Cox, excellent work ethic, willing to play through pain, good agility, reads quarterback's eyes in coverage, cover linebacker, could line up at defensive end as well.
He's out of LSU, isn't he?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
And he played in North Dakota State and went to LSU.
Okay. Oh, okay.
He started at North Dakota State. Because how they did the little breakdown that day? I didn't know that neither. Wow. All I know is this though. These players that we got, when they flashed if you were watching those games. You know what I'm saying? Like they said Jabril would flash on your screen, like, even the guy OC, I don't know how to say his name. I just call him Osa.
Osa, yeah.
They say that he was like a world not world, maybe a world. Like he's an incredible wrestler. That's his skill set.
Wrestler,
So they say he's just real good with his hands. And they say, you know what his comp was? Tyron Crawford. They wanted an agile D tackle that can flex in or out. And they want Chauncey Golston. They're saying that he's a DN that can flex in. The Cowboys want to have flexibility on that D line.
Out of Iowa, Chauncey, yeah.
Now, the only person that's not going to be doing no flexing is that D tackle, Ohana. He's just going to be doing one tech. And look, I don't know. He looked like an average, like your standard one tech. like a like a humongous man.
You know what? I liked. I'm sorry to cut you off. Quentin Bohanna out of Kentucky.
Yeah.
He's a big girthy guy. I think.
What's his weight? Isn't he like 3?
Wait. Yeah, Quentin Bohanna, Kentucky, 6'4", 327.
Yeah, he's a big boy.
Run stopper, space eater, wide hips, potential to explode and knock center off the ball, power, quick punch, plays with some violence.
But his biggest thing, and I know, like I said, not to go back to PFF, I'll gather stuff as I've been gathering it.
Right.
Ranked number 3 or 4 versus the run as a D tackle in the country. So his speciality is like Dallas had a plan. Listen, Micah Parsons, specialty against the run. Quentin Bohanna, specialty against the run. Osa, specialty against the run. We tired of getting ran on.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Yeah. Tired of getting, look, you might you're gonna go for 400, fine, but you ain't running for like that's.
See, 1980 got the stat. Ranked 28 points allowed. 31st rushing yards. 28th TDs allowed. 27th passing touchdowns allowed. 25th rushing touchdowns. 26th third down percentage. Should I go on?
No. I don't hear about that defense no more.
But you know what? With the draft, we went for 6 guys. Our first 6 picks, defensive players.
Yep.
Dallas knows
specific defensive players. Like, it's like they sat down with Quinn and said, look, man, you got your scheme. What players is gonna make this scheme work? Because that's why I do think we would have took, if Moore was there, it would have been a toss-up. I don't care what Dallas said. They would have thought about the safety. And we might not have got Joseph. I don't think we lost either way, because Joseph out there like is a player. But my point is, I really do feel like there's like, what's going to make this defense work? And that's how they built their board. So unlike me laying in the bed at night, like I'm about to do this mock draft, and I'm just grabbing names. You know, I'm like, ooh, Jamin Davis there in the third. It's all right. You know, they had a real plan, and if I could give Dallas anything, because I mean, I don't know, all these players, I'm not going to jinx it. I'm just saying they might not be as great as I think they are in my mind. Fine, it is what it is. That happens every year. I give them an A+ for plan. Like having a plan and executing it is important. And every year they haven't had a plan. It's just like during the Jason Garrett era, like even when it comes down to like certain plays, like he said, when it's 3rd and 9 out of 10, you're like, what are we doing? You know what I'm saying? Like Dallas, look, a couple years ago versus the Vikings, we just spinning the ball down the field. I'm looking at Dak like, yo, he looking like something else. Like he just bing, 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 bing. And we get down to within the 10, they just give it to Zeke 3 times. I'm like, y'all don't got a plan. Y'all stupid. Somebody said, hey, man, give it to Zeke. He make the most. That's not a plan.
Yeah.
So
we hurt in the red zone. We need to be more productive in the red zone. That's our issue.
Of course. I want us to be prepared.
Yeah.
Lack of being prepared is what gets us into these situations. You know what I'm saying? That's why, look, they say Belichick is the most prepared coach. He run through all the scenarios. You know what I'm saying? That's how the dude got the interception in the Super Bowl. He said, I saw it in practice. You know, so I'm hoping that the draft is signs to come of our preparedness. We're about to be last year. Look at our defensive scheme. They weren't prepared. They probably got it on the where did they get the services? They probably got the scheme. Nobody made sure nobody understood it.
Were you like me when our defense stepped on the field? I don't know about you guys, but I'm like, okay, I'm worried now.
Any coach really make sure that do you understand the scheme, or you just shaking your head yes? And that was our problem, you know. So I'm hoping, and I'll let y'all take. I'm just hoping that the draft is signs to come of us being more prepared. Like, let's attack this season with a plan. Like, let's have a offensive viewpoint. This is what we do well. This is how we're going to attack teams. Let's have a defensive viewpoint. Not just, hey, we're multiple. Okay, multiple like when? Do you have a time when you're gonna break out these? No, we just got multiple looks for no reason. We just throw them out there. That's how I felt last year. I don't know. You know, sometimes.
Yeah.
Literally, they said. So what does D-Law and them do? Well, sometimes they stand up. Sometimes they put their hand in the dirt. Why? I don't know. Depends on how they feeling. What? So I'm just happy to get away from that.
Listen, D-Law better do some work this year. That's all I gotta say. Because you guys said it earlier. When these players get paid, I don't know what happens, man. It's like that hunger is not there. They're like, okay, well, I got what I wanted.
D-Law usually he's when you break for practice and you walk out on the field. D-Law is used to being the most surrounded defensive player. That's D-Law. When he walk on the field this year, he gonna look at the crowd over there. The media gonna be right around Michael Parsons. It's gonna be different. Like, what is happening?
Right.
Like, so I'm telling you, that do something to a man. You either get it going, or next year it's gonna be the first year in his contract that we could just be like, all right, D, see you later. So put up or shut up. Put up or shut up.
Yeah. What do you guys think about our secondary is looking okay. We got Calvin Joseph, we got Jordan Lewis, we got Donovan Wilson, DeMonte Casey. Is that how you say his last name? Casey?
I think it's Casey. Yes.
Yeah, and Tavon Diggs. I don't know, but I'm kind of liking our secondary if this is what our secondary is going to be looking like going into the season. Young guys. Trayvon Diggs is going to have a breakout year. We spoke about this.
That's what I'm looking forward to seeing.
Yep. I liked what I saw from him last year. When he messed up, he tried to make up for it. And I think he's going to be a good, he's going to be, for these rookies, he's going to, they're going to kind of like, I know it's going to be second year, but I think they're going to look to him as well for that, that experience.
Boss man's first thing, he said, me and Diggs. Like he brought up, I found an interview. I'll send you the clip. Send you guys the clip. He did an interview recently after he's been drafted, and I like that he acknowledged Diggs. He said, "Man, Diggs is a great receiver. He's had the benefit of having an older brother in the league that has probably helped him out." Like, this is all boss man's words. This ain't just me, paraphrasing. So I like that he acknowledged, "Hey, man, that's the elder statesman. We both young.
Yeah,
this his cornerback room. I'm joining it, but that don't mean that they not about to ball out together. It's respect is given. You know what I'm saying? So he's respecting this your cornerback room. Because I know I woke up one day like, damn, this is Trayvon Diggs' cornerback room. Woozier, all of them is gone, right?
Yeah.
So I want to see him coming in humbly and hungry because Diggs is young. He still got stuff to learn. I know he got a year in his belt, but last year I saw him reach a couple, try to jump some routes he probably shouldn't have tried to jump. But that's the growing pains.
But that's a rookie in him. You understand? Like that's live and learn.
I'm not mad at it. I like Diggs. Yeah, I think he's gonna have an incredible next.
Well, like I said, when he messed up last year, he tried to make up for it. Look at that play he did against what's his name from Seattle, blown coverage, and he caught up to him and knocked the ball out of his hand in the end zone right before he got in the end zone.
My favorite play of his last year, because you can't teach that.
No.
Those players are like, nah, you're not about to score.
You're not.
So
yeah, and
I want to hear 19 because look, I defer to expertise, and he damn sure know secondary way better than me. So I would love to hear his thoughts on what we looking like and what we could do to improve or.
Yeah, man, please.
Well, it's looking pretty good right now. We're kind of weaving out the bad issues that we got going on. Now, you got to remember that defense is a domino effect. If we have a decent – see, if the quarterback has too long to throw the ball and find somebody open, it turns into sandlot football. People just start running crossing routes and doing whatever they need to do to get open. 9 times out of 10, there's gonna be somebody open.
Yeah.
Somebody says
20 seconds.
Somebody set a pick for somebody, boom, boom, boom. It turns into sandlot football. But the quarterback shouldn't have that long. See, if that front four is playing lights out, then the linebackers are going to play lights out. That front seven is playing lights out. Cornerbacks are going to look better. It's a domino effect. Everybody needs help. You get what I'm saying? So, what I see in our cornerbacks now is a young, hungry bunch now.
Yeah, man.
We still got Jordan Lewis. We still got Jordan, even though he did some bonehead things last year. But Jordan Lewis is a good slot guy, a good nickel DB. Yep. And Anthony Brown is a really good nickel DB. So those are the veterans they can kind of learn.
That's what they're going to be doing.
Exactly. So it's there's a lot of positive things in the secondary right now. With Kazee back there, we still got to figure out what we're going to do with the free safety position. But, Kazee might be okay. You know what I'm saying? So, and the way we're running this defense, it's 4-6. I call it the 46 Bear defense, or 4-4. You can call it 4-4 defense. You got 6 across, including the cornerbacks. Strong safeties up on the line. Free safeties, the only standalone safety back there in the back. That's mainly a run stop. You can't run that type of defense all the time because that's a run stopping defense. Got to have over the top help just in case the slot receiver does a post route or the outside receiver does a post route. So you just never know. You never know how they're going to do this. I'm very interested to see how they're going to run this defense and who's going to be starting, who's going to be out there,
who's going to make the cut.
Exactly. So we can sit here and talk about coverage schemes and stuff all night, but who's going to be back there? Who's going to be out there? So. But I like Diggs.
Oh, yeah, man. I'm looking forward to seeing him.
Diggs did exactly what he was supposed to do as a rookie, learn.
Yeah.
In a positive way. There were at times where he got beat, but he was right there.
He was right there.
And those are good signs. Now, if you get beaten, you 5 yards back, oh, man, you in trouble. But Diggs was always right there, and he got some picks last year. He got some bat downs and things like that. He's a pretty good tackler. He's physical, and he can run with the best of them. So I'm not worried about Diggs. He got a year up under his belt, like Mr. Rome said. So I think we could all agree that Diggs is going to be a future star cornerback in this league.
Let me ask you a question. I know we're not clearing cap space necessarily to go. I think right now it's if you can add to the team, you will. That type of situation. Dallas is good for we like second, third free agency. We like when players become available.
Right.
Now there are certain slots that just don't need to be filled.
Yeah.
But I do think that if I ain't gonna say his name. I ain't gonna say Boogeyman's name, Earl Thomas, because you say Earl Thomas, he pop up in your mirror.
Oh man!
But I'm saying this: if they got a chance to make KZ's contract ain't guaranteed, he making like $1.5 million. If they got a chance to shore that up, I know we've been whining about it, and Dallas know that everybody in the world want us to get a better safety. Do I think Earl Thomas is better than KZ right now, and I ain't seen him play? Probably. Earl Thomas can play football. Let's not get it twisted. And with the culture change, his little attitude problems, well, come on in, because that's what we're doing now. Maybe not last year, but we're doing a little attitude now. You know what I'm saying? So all I'm saying is this. I saw the story a couple days ago, it ain't catch fire. Earl, somebody, and I think it's publicist team, somebody said that he has interest. He wants parts. Now, Dallas ain't going to do nothing like right now. I know how Dallas move. They about to see how everybody looks.
Yep.
They going to see how everybody looks. They going to let Kazee get out there and unfortunately hang himself if he not looking good. And they probably told Earl, look, we set right now, but keep your phone on.
Right.
And ain't nobody else calling Earl, as you can see. Or anybody. I ain't got to use, I'm just using him as an example. I think that Dallas would consider, because they know that everybody got a hole. And if you throw our whole team roster out right now and just went around, it's free safety. you have more confidence in every other position on our field, except for that one position.
It's funny because we weren't saying that last week.
They did well. I feel like I have more confidence in the D tackle room. I got more confidence in the linebacker. Amazing. On the offensive side of the ball, I'm a little shaky. I want to see Tyron Smith. I got faith in his talent. I just want him to stay healthy. You know what I'm saying? So maybe left tackle, but Ball is messed up as his past is the answer there. So they even did shore that up because Ball can play.
I've seen him. I've seen him. Yeah.
So, like I said, to be honest with you, every other position on this team is shored up. It's a bullseye on free safety. Like, hey, Kazee, ain't nobody even behind you. Who behind Kazee? Me? So that's why when Jeff Heath got released, they was like, hey man, somebody call Jeff. Because that position is just it's in the air. So my question to y'all is,
I think because Dallas bases their defense off the front seven. They've been doing that for years. We haven't really, honestly, I know it was a mistake with Brandon used car. They got kind of burned with that. And he was a physical guy. He just couldn't cover. He just had a hard time covering. I think he was more of a safety, trying to play cornerback still. But the last time they really, really went out and got a superstar was Dion. And Jerry and Steven went to blows. Damn near went to blows for that.
Yeah, when I found that out, it was crazy. Because if Steven got his way, we must ride 4. If Steven got his way, we wouldn't have got our 5th.
But see, back then Jerry wanted Prime.
No, I'm saying Steven didn't. So if he got his way,
Steven didn't. Yeah.
We'd mess around 4 because you're not gonna tell me that DI wasn't the reason we got 5.
Yeah.
I just feel like if they got a chance to upgrade this team, like, that's, I was before last time we talked, us 3, I was like, well, we need a veteran corner. Right now, with the young corners we got, I don't see him doing it. If they want to bring a veteran in just for knowledge purposes, fine.
That's what I was thinking. They
thought that with Ha Clinton Dix.
Exactly. So they might not do that.
They thought they was gonna bring a guy in, and he was going, but he didn't make the cut. That's what I like Kazee. I hope it don't happen with him, but we'll see. But
that's the whole. Look, even Donovan Wilson, right? Yeah. Donovan Wilson, you're like, well, who's behind him? Neil. They're gonna let Donovan Wilson start, but if that's their insurance, it's Neil, because he's a proven strong safety. They doing this whole linebacker thing before this draft. Now when you got Cox and Parsons, it's like, oh snap, we ain't gonna just so Neil is gonna float between both, but that's our insurance at strong safety. Literally, Kazee is like by himself.
Well, no, because Aaron says it. Aaron in the chat. Good shout out to Aaron. He says Kazee, Neil, and Wilson seems like a decent rotation.
Yeah, no, but I feel like Neil and Wilson are going to be our strongs. I haven't even given thought to putting Wilson at free. Like you said, he's like a center fielder. We don't got our center fielder because he is like in that slot. And if he's healed up properly from that what was it, Achilles? Then great, because he was a baller before the Achilles. But it remains to be seen. But if he get out there, right, and look, they did do the physical on him. Like they ran the physical. Fine. But I'm talking about like out there with other players. Where plays is flying. If he get out there and he's just looking like, oh, wow. I do think that they might pull a trigger. My question to y'all is, if it is Earl or if it's someone else, because I ain't here to start that train. I'm just saying, if it's someone else, do y'all think that's a good idea? Because I can't wait to watch and hopefully Kazee, because if Kazee can't run, defense is going to be like, that's it. Right there. Because if Joseph bite or Diggs bite, because they do have a propensity, they got a little bit of Marcus Peters in them. They do. It's cool. If they bite on a play and Kazee can't cover that back left or right side of the field, we might have some early growing pains in the year. And I don't want to go through that like we did last year, where it's just like, oh, we can just throw it up. Like, I don't need the defenses feeling like that. I mean, offenses feeling like they can just throw it up to the back half, and our free safety just can't get there.
Listen, I don't want to jump on the Earl train because last year we did that. I remember last year.
You're right.
we did that. We did that last year. Everybody was like, "Go get Earl," you know, and
I was in there.
Yeah, I would like to. Don't get me wrong. I would love. I think he'd be a good addition. He's a veteran guy, knows how to play. Would be a good addition to these young guys. But do I want to jump on that train right now? No. Unless it happens.
I will say this though.
Bring it.
He humbled though.
Yeah.
He a different Earl. He got not only no from every team in the league, right? He got signed and dropped. Houston dropped him before he even got to the team. So, I'm sure he's humbled, but what about Heath? Would y'all take Heath on the team? Not to start over Kazee, as more of an insurance policy, like, all right, we got someone else that is decent.
Is Heath available?
Oh, he got cut yesterday.
Oh, yeah. Wow.
They drafted two safeties, so they just ain't got enough room.
Heath was my Bill Bates. He was a sure tackler, and he was a good run stopper. They would play him up on the line a lot. He just had bad angles. He couldn't. That over the top would get him every time. I wouldn't mind taking Heath back, just as an insurance policy. But Earl sounds good. It looks good on the menu, on your plate. But I can't see the Cowboys doing that. I can't see. You can't pay everybody.
No, that's the problem.
He coming in at a vet minimum. He already got to know.
Yeah, you can't pay everybody. This ain't 1995. This ain't 1995 where you had Dion on one side, Larry Brown or Kevin Smith on the other, and you got Darren Woodson at strong and Brock Marion at free safety. You see what I'm saying? It's a different time now where the Dallas Cowboys are a front seven defense style. Jerry Jones and Steven, they like their front seven. They want the front seven to solve all the problems before the last line of defense, before it gets to last line of defense. We got some good players in the last line of defense now. So I just don't think – I think they're going to see what they can do with Kazee, and maybe, hopefully he's not another high Clinton Dix or whatever. And
that's what I'm saying. I think this would happen. I'm hypothetical guy. Sorry. Right. And I'm like, all right, if we get out there, everybody flying, these young dudes is gonna make these older guys, they're gonna be flying.
Yeah.
Because the one thing they did, a lot of these guys is at least 4.4 speed. Right. So the defense flying around. Because he out there running 4.6, it's gonna be glaring like, yo.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I get you. You right, I get you.
Around training camp. Earl wouldn't get no call right now because they want to see him. They're going to let everybody run around. Let a training camper, OTAs or just something happen, and they're going to have that meeting. Hey, man, because he out there looking slow. And I ain't saying it's Earl. I'm saying they're going to start trying to make some decisions. They're not going to wait till week 2 like we probably should have moved somebody. If he ain't moving right, someone's going to be getting that free safety spot because his contract don't have no 1.5. They just cut Antoine. He signed for $2 million 2 weeks ago.
Right.
So with his contract being that low, he has no insurance to where he can have a bad practice. He got to be on all cylinders. Yeah, that's all I'm saying.
Right.
Oh,
I'll see it.
Sid said I'm out, y'all.
He'll come back. We'll get him back. But overall, my wife just peeked in. She's like, wrap it up.
I know what that is.
There you go. Yeah.
Yeah, man. I don't know what happened. Yeah, I was just gonna chime in on that, guys. Everybody in the chat, we dropped right completely, or we're good.
No, we good. You just dropped. We're good.
Yeah. Okay. So guys, I want to thank everybody that's in the chat for jumping on. Guys, check us out. Dallas Cowboy 1980. Go subscribe to his channel. Definitely, I'm pretty sure you guys are already doing it, but definitely go subscribe. Cowboy Fan Talk. Go check him out as well. And go subscribe to the channel. And me, it's your boy Sid, Dallas Cowboys, number 4, life. So before we wrap it up, I just want to ask you guys one last question. Let me know, with what the Dallas Cowboys did in the draft, what we're bringing back from last year, and the moves that we're making so far, how do you think the Dallas is going to do going into the season? Do you like seeing what we've done? Do you like what you're seeing so far? And do you think the Dallas Cowboys are going to make that playoff run?
Okay.
You know what? I'm gonna let 1980 fit.
Yeah. All right. 1980.
I'll be quick. I think that I like what we did. Like I said, I pretty much already answered this technically. I like that we got a plan. We got a point of view defensively. And I think that's all attributed to Dan Quinn. I really do like Dan Quinn. If y'all saw his press conference or didn't, go check it out. He seems like a great coach, like an actual coach, not just like was it Nolan? Nolan just seemed like a coaching title, not in action. And Quinn looks like he's a real coach for real. I think that the last 2 years for Dallas have been kind of hard, if you've been a fan. So the 8-8 year was rough. Last year was even worse. So if you want to just, like, it's time. You know, this ain't like last couple of years we was in the NFC Championship game. We in Green Bay. It's time. I would hope that everybody in that building got a chip on their shoulder, you know? Yeah. And I love to watch national media play who we going to give it to today that ain't Dallas when it comes to who going to win the NFC East. It's, you know what? It's New York today. I think New York got the better weapons now. Or it's, you know what? Washington. Fitzmagic is going to play better than he ever had. He's been in the league for 40 years, but this the year, like anybody else but us. You know, Jalen Hurts looks like a better version of Dak. Like all kinds of craziness. And I'm hoping that my team is like me, a normal person. When I hear stuff like that, it makes me want to go harder. So that's my thing. I'm hoping that my team has a chip on their shoulder and they're ready to show people that you can't just keep brushing us to the side because you're tired of seeing us on TV. Get over it. Right. And that's what I'm you know what I'm saying?
All right. 1980, what you got to say about that, man?
All right. This draft was a lot different. I've seen so many drafts in my time. But this draft, it was a bit different. Rom said we've been kind of down for a couple of years. We've actually been down for 25, going on 26 years.
That's a fact.
Facts, yeah.
The Dallas Cowboys haven't had an identity in about 26 years. We almost had one with Romo and, 2000, that era, the Romo era. And 16, around that time, 14, 16, we got Dak and Zeke, and man, we still had that great wall of Dallas #2 with Travis Fredericks and company. And we almost had an identity, but we lost it again. And you cannot win Super Bowls without an identity. An identity is very important. Stone Cold wasn't Stone Cold without it. He wasn't a winner before he was Stone Cold. He was stunning Steve Austin. He was Steve Williams. He was a part of the Hollywood Blondes. He was, the ringmaster when he got to the NFL. I mean, to the WWF.
Get back with the ringmaster.
And the guy said, "You need to come up with a name. We can't do this." And Stone Cold said, Steve Austin said, "I can't think of nothing." He said, "Okay, well, you got 10 minutes." And then he's all right. Your name is Steve Austin, because his name was Steve Williams. So he did that. He did that for a little bit, and then he said his wife was fixing him some coffee, and she said, "You better hurry up and drink this coffee, Steve, before it turns stone cold." And he said, "That's it." That's my name, Stone Cold Steve Austin. And after that, the sky was the limit for him.
Yeah, man.
And we know that story. So once the Dallas Cowboys figure out what all these draft picks, all these different guys in this book that we drafted, Joseph, all these guys with a little bit of negative history, positive history too. They still, even though they walked down the red carpet, the parents was on the side and everybody was happy. Everybody in the family was excited. They about to get paid. They about to get broke off and all this stuff. Now that all that garbage is out of the way, now it's time for them to get on the field and find an identity. Once they get that identity and to find who they are, because we've been lacking that. Even with Zeke, even with Dak, we've been lacking that identity. So now with these guys, all this defense we've got, all this talent we drafted, this was a need and a talented draft.
Yes, sir.
So now there's no excuse. You got a new defensive coordinator in here, Dan Quinn, used to be a head coach, with a whole different scheme. So now it's time to put all these pieces together and figure out an identity. That's what the Dallas Cowboys need. All this hot boy shit and all these guys, it's just time out for that, man.
It's gone.
It's time out. Now, like Mr. Rome said, now it's time for them to start looking over their shoulder and being worried about their jobs. You see what I'm saying?
Time.
Like T. Johnson, when what's it called, a fumble? He said, "You fumble again, you're out of here." So he cut him. He fumbled again. He cut him. And you send a message. You cut one guy. Oh, okay. Well, shit, he cut him. So damn, he played a lot of snaps and he got cut. Damn. Oh well, shit, I might get cut. I need to pick it up. So
exactly.
That's what the Dallas Cowboys need to do, is find their identity first. You cannot win Super Bowls without an identity. You got to have that first. And then everything else comes into play. But that's all I got, man. I got to get out of here.
Yeah, so I'm just going to say something quick. Listen, come out to do what not so much what you're paid to do. Come out and do what you love to do. You started playing football because of the love of the game that you have. You've gotten to the point that you're at because you loved the job. You loved what you were doing. Come out, have that heart, come out with that chip on your shoulder. I just want everybody to come back healthy. We were like, I think it was the 49ers had the most injuries, and then we were second, weren't we? For the most injuries.
Yeah. Oh, we were second.
We need to address those injuries. We need to come out and play with heart. We've done, like you said, we went and got the players that we needed for our defense. Our defense was atrocious last year. Listen, the people bring up defense to me and I'm just like, I don't want to talk about it. Let's come out and do what we are coming out to do. We want to everybody wants to get to that Super Bowl. That's the dream, right? Let's make it happen. Come out, let's play, let's gel, let's gel together. Forget this. Today I don't really feel like, no, everybody come out and play. You get that W, do what we have to do, and let's get this Super Bowl. Let's get to play. I just want us to make the playoff. Let's just win the NFC East. That's all I want.
One step at a time, baby. But I think we're going to do it.
Yeah, I think so too. I appreciate you guys for coming on. Once again, guys, Dallas Cowboys Fan 1980, go sub up to his channel. Dallas Fan Talk, go sub up to his channel. My channel, Dallas Cowboys for Life. You guys want to chime out, let everybody know where to find you quickly before we tune out, and then we're going to call it a wrap.
All right. Go ahead. It's your boy, Mr. Rome, Cowboys Fan Talk. Once again, thank you for bringing me on, Sid. Thank you for bringing me on 1980. Yes, I love jumping in here with y'all and chopping it up, on some real Cowboys talk. And, hey, man, y'all support them brothers, man. They doing their thing. I'm happy to be here, and that's all I got, man.
1980.
Well, hey, I don't have really much to say, man. Y'all, everybody in the comment section, just check out these guys, man.
Appreciate it a lot, man.
Check out these.
You guys have a good night, man. We'll wrap it up soon. We'll get together again soon for training camp.
Peace. Y'all take it easy. Thanks for joining. We out.